Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Today I'm out of the shop working on the flatbed, and we're trying to check a few things off the long list of odds and ends I've got to finish up on this thing. As you can see, it is out of the shop, it's drivable, but yeah, I am going to try and tackle something I get asked about quite a bit, and that is our diesel heater that I run in the cab of this truck. Now, I've had it unhooked since doing the body work. Yeah, don't mind the looks of the carpet. It was a botched dye job from several years ago. Carpet's gonna be coming out real soon. We're gonna be sound deadening the truck and either replacing the carpet or dyeing it proper. But anyways, for the time being, we're gonna hook this diesel heater up. I've already got the hole cut through the floor because it was installed before. Hole cut in the carpet. I used aluminum foil tape around the edges of the carpet just to kind of protect it from heat. But yeah, it's real basic, real simple to get these installed. So let's just get at it. As you can tell, this is the style that is does not have the tank built in. I've got my mounting plate and gasket already on the bottom. Like I said, this was installed in this truck before. You can see the exhaust port, air intake port, and a little fuel nip where the fuel line will connect. And everything else is just a quick QD plug for the electrical side and controls. And I've already got the wiring ran back here. Now, from the front of the truck, the only thing we've got is a positive wire and then the wire harness from the controller on the dash, which I'll show you that now. Now, I've got this ready to come off because I'm doing some other work, but most of the time, these heaters are powered from a battery hot source. I've got mine set up on a switch. That way, during the cold months, I can have that switch on and it'll be getting battery power. The heater will be on all the time, or at least it'll have power going to it so we can trigger it from the remote. But during the warm months, I don't really want it on. So flip that switch and it kills power to it. But we've got the little LCD controller right there that reacts with the remote and gives us push button control over the heater in the cab. But the wiring, like I said, it's very simple. It's all QD style plugs. There's only a hot and a ground that have to be hooked up. Everything else is plug and play. But yeah, I'm gonna go on and get this heater remounted, which, like I said, big hole in the floor. There's 4 screw holes that just sheet metal screws screw it directly to the floor, and then a ground screw attaches. But it ends up something like so, and that fits under my back seat, which I'm running in the back of this thing. I've got second row seats from a early 2000s Tahoe, which we recovered and everything. They fit really well, they're really comfortable, and yeah, it clears this heater just fine. So we're gonna go on, get it bolted back down, get our wiring hooked up, and I've got some changes to make because we're going to be pulling fuel from the fuel tank on the truck instead of the separate fuel tank that I had set up for this thing before. But I'm going to go on and get it mounted, get it plugged in, and bring it back here in just a second. So inside the cab is done. Heater's mounted, like I said, nothing fancy. Sheet metal screws with washers. Sheet metal screw for the ground. You can run the ground all the way back from up front, but there's no need to if you've got a good cab ground. I just run the power wire. And a change we're doing this time, because before I had a fuel tank mounted right here behind the back seat, but we're changing that up and we'll be pulling fuel from the main tank on the truck. So I've got to change up my fuel pump setup. Now, I've already routed the fuel pump wiring through the carpet and out one of the body drain bushings. That's a little rubber plug I cut a hole in, so it's not going to cut the wiring. So the pigtail for the fuel pump is already under the truck. So we're going to move this to the underside of the truck. Now, on these fuel pumps, this part is important. This side here is the inlet. The side with the plug is the outlet that goes towards the heater. This needs to sit at roughly a 45-degree angle, if you can see that, towards the outlet with the outlet facing up. Otherwise, they do not work well. So be sure when you mount these, about a 40-ish degree, 45-ish degree angle with the outlet pointing up towards the heater, and you'll be good. Now, it doesn't matter if it then loops back down and goes down to the heater or what have you. That doesn't matter. The heater just needs to, or the pump just needs to be at an angle with the outlet pointing up to work properly. So that's important. Now, I just need to get under the truck and figure out where I'm going to mount this pump real quick, get it plugged in, and run some fuel line to the tank pickup. This worked out relatively well. I got the fuel pump and inline filter mounted at an upward angle towards the outlet. It is ran up to the bottom of the heater. And then I've got the fuel supply line routed along the frame and tied in up here on top of the tank on the pickup. So that this side's done. Now all I've got to do is hook the little exhaust pipe back up, clamp it down, and we'll better be ready to turn it on and see if we can get the fuel to prime. It's gonna take a minute to get it primed up. Just let it go and see how it does. And our heater's up and running. Nice hot heat blowing out. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run for 20-30 minutes because it hasn't ran in a while. I want to make sure it's not gonna have any hiccups, and we'll check things over and bring it back. Well, we've been running for probably 10 minutes or so. It's 70 degrees just on the seat here. Carpet's 59 degrees, but that's behind where the heater's blowing. But actual temperature of the air coming out, 190, 200 degrees. Back here, it's only 125. And let's see, down here around this base, 90 degrees, 100 degrees. So, relatively safe temperatures. But yeah, this thing is fantastic for when it's below freezing out. I can push a button on a key fob, turn this heater on from the house, and within 10-15 minutes, there's no frost on the windows, the cab is warm, I'm not sitting here wasting diesel fuel or any other fuel for 10-15 minutes just letting the truck sit and idle in the driveway. With that said, yeah, super easy to install. Takes a little time to plan out all the fuel line routing, stuff like that, but not bad at all. If you've got any comments, questions, complaints, drop them in the comment section below. I'll leave links to the heater, this specific heater that I've been using. I'll leave a link to that in the video description, as well as any other items I may have used. I'll have to think back, but yeah. If you want to support the channel, check out our websites, www.notsograndgarage.com. We got Black Diesel gear, we got the merch, If you want to make a donation, we got a PayPal account set up. Link to that's in the video description as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching.